Good morning. So this is the second session for CC101 Introduction to Inclusive Lesson number 11, SDG Talk 2 about quality education and gender. So lesson 10, what we did was we discussed about no poverty, zero hunger, and good health and well-being. So during that time, we had performance tasks, which is to create the value proposition canvas for one of the SGD presented or highlighted in lesson 10. So you have to first get an article or curate an article from there. Then from there, you create you extract the important or salient data features of that article as your entry for your value proposition canvas. Again, you cannot use any article outside the Gale online library. And it's very important that you also include or put the APA format, the 7th edition APA format. So this time, we'll be talking about quality education and gender inequality. So this is very simple, but I would like to highlight this that the role of the SIT or the IT students and the SGD should be cleared or should be given certain scope, because we know that the solutions that will be created for these issues, we have some issues, right? Cannot just be covered or provided by the solutions not only provided by the IT. So there are a lot of fields or organizations that can help. So whether it's network infrastructure, whether it's facility building, we also have different programs, feeding programs such as that. Now, IT itself is tasked to create innovative solutions that will also help in identifying the gap for the problem. So that's our role. So we cannot actually assure everyone that the application to be making is the ultimate solution. This is going to help support the other solutions that are created by different organizations. Now, this time, since we are not talking about quality education, it seems that the UN identified quality education is the key to solve these 17 issues. Of course, in my own opinion, it's very obvious that for you to be able to know, to understand a certain problem, you have to go deeper and know everything about it. Because if you're just seeing just the surface of the problem, the tendency is that you'll just be creating solutions that are only good for a few months. So it's short-term solutions. So we're actually looking for sustainable solutions. How do we do that? We have to dig in and look for the probable cause. So as you can, if you could recall, we already did the RCA, the root cause analysis. So that's why we tackle root cause analysis, for us to be able to really know what are the problems, what causes this problem, why it existed. So that's how we create a solution. So the objective of this, of SGD4, which is quality education, is to have inclusive and quality education. Inclusive means that education should be given to everyone. It's not only for a certain sector. It's not only for men. It's not only for children. Even mothers can actually be educated at their age. Even grandparents can still be educated, because As we all know, the world is changing every time. Or there are a lot of changes happening in this world. So in a single snap, what you learn is no longer significant the next day. Second is remote life learning. So this is outside the school. So even though you're no longer in school, you are still trying to look for something new. The first skills is reading, knowing how to read and write. But it's beyond reading and writing. It's also understanding what you have read, and then the skills to voice out your sentiments, your opinions, your feedback. That's also important. And social skills. Social skills is actually the how you interact with other people. So if you know how, if you do have this skill, you'll not just be limiting yourself to one sector. And one of the reasons why I think that most people or some people have low social skills is that they see themselves as different from others, or they see themselves as the minority. And that should not be the case, because every people have different skills and different expertise that can be helped or can help other individuals. So it doesn't mean that I am a teacher, I know everything. But it so happened that I chose to learn every day. I did not stop learning. So it's just a matter of behavior and attitude. So those are the four goals of SDG4. Now the target of SDG4, United Nations for SDG4, is by 2030, it ensures that all children complete free and equitable quality education. And number two, create access to quality early childhood development and care programs. And third is achieve literacy and numeracy among people who do not possess such skills. Now, this new target is a very nice opportunity for you to be able to think of what particular mobile application or desktop application you want to propose. Now, for example, ensure all children to have complete, free, equitable, and quality education. So how are you going to channel, how are you going to provide this with your proposal? Creating access to quality early childhood development and care. So you think of those areas that are far from the city, but areas that are not really accessible from technology, but somehow it's contradicting to what we wanted to produce because it's technology based, but there are a lot of ideas that can fulfill this target. Internet wise, if you're going to look at the DICT page, Facebook page, their goal is to set up, like, the ICT, by the way, is the Department of Information Communication Technology. It's a government agency. Their goal is to put up free Wi-Fi, especially to those areas that are having issues or problems with internet connectivity. So even though we are in the pandemic, they still keep on installing Wi-Fi access points to these areas. And I'm so happy because if they will finish all of this setup, there will be an increase of children or students that would have access to the internet, which is what we are now um, doing. Because most of us or all of you guys, all of the students are studying at home, whether using your printed learning materials, social materials, or via online. So we just remove the it's it. Um, it's also important to know what are the other things that could be brought if we do have quality education. The first is escape poverty. If people have basic literacy skills, there will be 171 million people that will be out from poverty. So, um, to put it in the simplest explanation, if you are educated, you will have a lot of opportunities that will come to you, and you have this confidence of grabbing it instead of just giving away or moving away from the opportunity because you're not that competent to do the job. To also end hunger and improve nutrition, of course, if mothers of secondary education children and children will be saved from hunger. So, because if a person will know different um, ways of accessing or getting food, now that is sufficient or helpful to the student or to the children because you cannot go to school with empty stomach. So you have to feed first your children. You have to be nourished first before you can perform these performance tasks in school. So that's number one. And third is gender equality. People with secondary education could achieve more rights for both men and women. Therefore, if the more you are educated, the more we have this wider perspective of um, equality. So gender equality is not just about LGBTQ, but it's nearly men and women. So this time, I should say that women have equal opportunity with men. It so happened that there are still countries that are that stick to their traditional beliefs and their culture that women should stay at home. Women should do the chores. Men should go outside. Men should bring money to the family. So at this period of time, there are more than the majority of women around the world already think that building a family should be a partnership. So it's a partnership between the husband and the wife. So both parents must actually give something, contribute in building their family. So because there are a lot of necessities that needs to be provided: food, shelter, education, and it can't be provided by just one person. So there are other families that both parents are working, but still the income is not enough. So if we do have quality education, these are the probably the benefits or that we can have. So jobs, knowledge, we have economy and technology. So now let's move on to the gender equality. Now this is a little bit controversial because it says here the objective it's giving gender to empower all women and girls. So where are the men in the picture? So why does this gender equality matter? So women and girls make up half of the world's population and therefore also half of its potential. So the numbers says that there are a lot of women in the world. So that's why they need to be given equal what opportunity we have. So if I'm talking about the development of the application, this is quite marketable, or this is, you can actually see a market for your proposal, because since if you want to create or propose a project that's solely for women, then you're already assured that there are a lot of subscribers for that. Because if you just be conscious with the numbers, um, imagine half of the world's population are women. So at least one-fourth or one-third of that population will patronize or subscribe to your application, and will have a good proposal. Then raising women's participation in the workforce can boost economic growth. So you can propose for a project that will help women look for jobs, or jobs that could make them use or provide service out of their skills. Investing in women's health contributes to economic growth and higher living standards. So this is about health, about women. So as you all know, there are a lot of considerations that regarding health, the health sector about women. They undergo, they get pregnant, they have menstrual cycles, they have a lot of things. So this one can also be part of your proposal. So you can partner this SG5 with health and well-being. So as I've said before, you cite one SGB, and then if possible, you look for some SGBs to support your target SGB. So that is our lesson for today, for lesson 13. So as promised, I'll be giving an example of how plot your value proposition. Fortunately, when I tried playing YouTube in this on Zoom, the audio is not working. So by the way, what you can do is you search for this one is the equivalent AVP. I think I've already shared this one. So this is now our example of how we could create our VPC. So we have here the VPC of the equivalent. So let's see the value proposition teams from the balik ka sa ano ha? Balik ka sa policy. Any question po sa policy? Okay naman talo, wala na tayo problem sa quarterly. Yes, so this is the value proposition of the eco or the eco. So on the customer jobs, they identified 4 customer segments. We have the Eco Boy. Eco Boy are the garbage collector in the barangay. We have the residents, so the one that throws the garbage. The barangay captain, of course, the leader in the barangay, and the information officers. Information officer acts as the manager or the supervisor of the Eco Boy, and the one that is directly assigned to for most of the transactions in the barangay before it's handed over to the barangay committee. Now let's look at in the pains of this customer segments. So first is health conditions. So the researchers for this project figured out that the Echo Boys are composed of old men. So these are the residents in the barangay that don't have regular jobs. So what the barangay did is that they gave job opportunity to these people. And the problem here is that since they're dealing with garbage, they are susceptible to bacteria and germs, so they easily get sick. So for them to be able to survive each day, they have to be protected. So that's one of the problems, health conditions. Then second is no safety equipment. So they don't have PPEs. No, they're just wearing their normal clothes, and they are working under the sunlight, or sometimes they caught in the rain, and there are rusty metals also in the area. So that's the issue. Unsegregated garbage. The residents, not all residents follow the segregation policy. So there is an existing policy that no segregation in the collection. So some are not practicing segregation. So the Eco Boys are having problems in segregating. So it will take extra time for them to segregate before they can transfer it to the government's garbage collection truck. Then lack of human resources, because the barangay is big, but there are only around 4 Eco Boys. So what are the hopes and dreams of these people? So first is faster transaction. They wanted to collect and dispose this garbage as fast as they can. Accurate scheduling, because they don't have proper scheduling system. Keep track the payment of the barangay to the landfill, because barangay is paying. Actually, it's not directly the barangay, but it's the LGU that pays for the landfill. All they have to do is to, after once the garbage is disposed in the landfill area, there is a mechanism there that they weigh or measure the capacity or the content of the package. So there is a computation for that, and the receipt will be forwarded to the LGU, and the LGU will pay for that. So if we do have lesser garbage, then we'll pay less in the landfill. That means to say that instead of paying the money for the garbage, we'll put that to other programs in the barangay. The next one is medical assistance. So this is now the counterpart for health conditions. So what are the pain relievers? So pain relievers are calendar scheduling. So as you can see, calendar scheduling is connected to the lack of human resource, because instead of not having proper workforce dissemination or distribution or scheduling, they have this, they need to have a calendar. That's binary, I guess. Mapping system is will help locate the area that has unsegregated garbage. Donation is for the proceeds of that will go to medical supplies for the little boy. Then solid waste accomplishment reports. So it will going to pursue the segregated, non-segregated, um, the fulfillment of the schedule. So everything is there. Then you have responding to the schedule. So sometimes somehow it's an index. So game creators, this one is how to achieve the games. So we have calendar scheduling, map coordination. So most probably it's the same as the team viewers, but they added security of data since it's going to be an online application. Then can gain money through selling recyclable waste to the eco board. So they wanted to have this um, junk shop um, consortium in partnership with junk shop. So whatever they get, instead of throwing it to the directly to the dump site, they need to sell it to the junk shop, and the proceeds of that will go through the as part of honorarium of the eco board. So they're still being paid for profit of the garbage. So what are the products and services of the Ecolab? So we have calendar scheduling, mapping, donation, solid waste, and solid waste accomplishment reports. In other words, products and services are the main features once you already created the, the application. So all in all, this VPC is fit because it answered all the pains and needs of the consumer. And they were able to come up with an idea on what is the coverage or the scope of their proposal. So this is how to do it. So there you go. So for any questions, you can ask comment to the forum, and I hope that you will focus on creating the VPC because it's expected that you create 6 VPCs before we go to the final week. So out of that, you select 3 out of your 6, then you trim it down to 1. So, okay. So that's it. So see you on lesson number 12.